Hey everybody, Chef Eric Eisenbud here, the Grateful Chef with Steakager today, answering a question, what can we do with the trimmings once we dry age a roast? One of the things that we can do is we can make dry age beef tallow. Tallow is rendered fat from the animal, and a lot of people call it gold. So it's something that you gotta do slowly over a little bit of time. We're gonna render the fat out very slowly right on the stove. And then we're going to strain it out. What you're going to get is this beautifully clear dry aged beef tallow with an amazing dry aged beef flavor, because the fat holds a lot of dry aged beef flavor. So what I've done, I've kept a couple of big pieces here. This is like from the tail. If you got it like on a ribeye, you've got that tail of fat. If you don't choose carefully, that tail can be really, really large, but no worries, because we use it and we're going to make tallow. You can cook everything in this stuff. It's just like bacon fat. So you can cook vegetables, you can cook a steak in it, you can inject brisket with it and get that dry aged beef flavor right into a brisket. It's really awesome. So what I did was I collect my pieces of fat over time. When I cut the trimmings off, the pellicle and everything, I will separate the fat and the pellicle, and I'll vacuum seal them and freeze them. And then when I accumulate them, that's when I get going and make either tallow or dry aged beef stock or whatever. So today we're doing the tallow. So I've got these two pieces of tail meat, tail fat, and I just want to show you, it's really simple. I like to cut mine down. You certainly could throw these into a pot, but it'll take a lot longer to render. So I cut mine down into nice cubes, you know, kind of like this. And it just makes them render really quickly. You don't have to be too worried about having little bits of meat on there, because that stuff will just get crispy, and actually you can actually eat it after the tallow is done. They're really cool. So basically what I do is I just slice, you know, you just want to size it down to cubes, nice dice. So I'm going to slice these up, just like so. I'm going to lay them out. And we're just going to maybe cut each slice into 3. I'm going over and make it quicker work. And of course, once you got that, you'll take a stack of them, turn them sideways, and then get the desired size. And again, it's really not rocket science. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just cut them into nice cube size. All right, so as you can see, I've got quite a bit here in my container, and we're going to put this on the stove. I recommend you do it on the stove because it is a very strong flavor, and as it renders down it gets even stronger. So I'm doing it on the stove with my hood going, and this way it won't stink up the whole house. So come on over to the stove. So I'm doing it in a nice big pot here. This is my Amusa cast aluminum. And this is how easy it is to make beef tallow. And every once in a while, this will cook for a few hours. Every once in a while, and you don't want it to fry. You just want it to really slowly render out. So maybe start at a higher temperature at the beginning just to get things going. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to use a slotted spoon here. You can see it's already, or here it's already sizzling. So I just want to get it starting to melt. And this is that nice white soft fat, and this is exactly what you want for the tallow. So take a nice look in there. You can see I've got some pieces of meat on there. No worries. You can see already how it's starting to accumulate some fat in there. That's beautiful. I'm just going to kind of coat them. Just take the chill off. So the fat I pulled out of the freezer. Fat doesn't freeze like meat does, so it does remain somewhat soft. So it's a lot easier to dice it when it is kind of semi-frozen, so you can almost go at it right away. And that's it. We're going to put this in. I'm going to leave it uncovered Now that it's going really nicely, I'm going to put my back burner on. And this is going to live right there. Got my hood going. And we're going to let this slowly render out. And every half hour or so, come check it and give it a nice stir. So that's it. That's how easy it is to make beef tallow. So our tallow has been cooked for about an hour and a half or so. You want to do it on super, super low temperature. And then towards like the end, and I guess after an hour or so, just keep your eye on it. You're going to want to see if it starts to smoke. If the oil in it starts to smoke, pretty much an indicator that it's done and that it's getting too hot. You don't want that smoke, the oil to burn, because it'll give you a different flavor. So I'm just going to strain this out, and I'll show you what we've got. I've let my pot cool down a little bit. And you can see how beautiful this is. All the little crispy bits that still hold their shape, but they don't have the soft fat anymore. All that went into the pot. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to pour this into here. And I'm straining it in a fine mesh strainer. If you want to kind of get out any debris, let's see, hopefully I'll have enough room in the strainer. If not, we'll just drain it out. Look at that. How beautiful is that? What I'm going to do is I'm going to just drain over here, and I'm going to store my tallow in this beautiful Weck jar. And if you wanted to, if you think you have any kind of debris in here, you can strain it through some cheesecloth or whatever, but I don't find it necessary. And there you have liquid gold, my friends. This stuff is great. I'm going to put a cover on it. And if you keep it in the refrigerator, it's going to solidify, but you can still spoon it out and then just throw it in a pan if you're making, like I said, vegetables, Brussels sprouts, if you're making a stir fry, like a beef stir fry, any kind of vegetable works great. Use it just like you would bacon fat. And yeah, this is a cupful of joy right here. So that's how easy it is to make beef tallow. I really suggest you do it, because then it takes the byproducts of dry aging and it puts it to good use. And that's it. We'll see you on the next Steak Ager video.